Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Zafar Khan Sahab, Chairman, PCP, Dr. Nafisa Shah Sahaba, Dr. Atiya Nayatullah Sahaba, Shazia Amjad Sahaba. It's a real pleasure to be here at this annual event which celebrates a defining characteristic of our nation, which is the spirit of giving. Last time I attended this event, I think a couple of years back or 3 years back, I was here actually in Karachi as a private sector representative. And it's a great honor, Zafar Khan Sahab, to come back here when I'm in public service. So as a finance minister at various forums, I'm asked to talk about the economic recovery, where we are in terms of macroeconomic stabilization, where do we go in terms of structural reforms, and inshallah towards inclusive and sustainable growth. But it's equally vital to be present here today, which is all around the moral economy of Pakistan, an economy which is founded on compassion, shared prosperity, and national responsibility. यहाँ already काफ़ी बातें हो चुकी हैं कि how we are very fortunate to be a giving nation, और World Giving Report का जिक्र किया गया कि we are 17th out of 101 countries, and in terms of the overall generosity that we have in the country, especially a lot of these funds being allocated to health and education. लेकिन मैं अगर शहरों के मुनासबत से जाऊँ, so having lived and worked in Karachi overall for about 10 years, quite frankly, Karachi has shown the way. And if there's ever a city comparison around the world, I'm sure Karachi will be right at the top, while other parts of the country has been joining the cause and moving in the right direction. But I do want to acknowledge Karachi in terms of the leadership, when in terms to philanthropy overall, but also corporate philanthropy. यहाँ जिक्र किया गया कि corporate donations, notwithstanding some of the economic headwinds, और ये मैं चूँकि मैं corporate world से आया हूँ, ups and downs आती रहती हैं ममालिक में, लेकिन I've always seen कि things with respect to corporate philanthropy has only been going in one direction, which is up, notwithstanding the vicissitudes of life and the economic cycles which the country has been going through. And आपने अभी एक data present किया जो latest data है, but at least with respect to the public list companies, कि उसमें से the information which was available with me before I saw this report, कि 400 से ज़्यादा listed companies हैं, उनमें से 300 से ज़्यादा ने actually they have participated in some level of CSR activity, and roughly 1/3 of them have actually disclosed. तो मैं सिर्फ जो लोग disclose नहीं कर रहे, मेरी आपसे request ये है कि ये दीन के लिए भी अच्छा है, दुनिया के लिए भी अच्छा है. So why keep it as a best kept secret? Come out and tell, right? Because you are sort of leading the way. You are showing the way. You are the champions. तो इसलिए इसमें because I do not believe in moving towards directed stuff or legislated stuff, because अगर आपके sponsors or as the management you absolutely believe this is the right thing to do, I think that is the more sustainable way of going forward. And I had the privilege of leading an organization when I was in the private sector, which was at that North Star, sir, that you mentioned, with respect to having 1% of the corporate profitability going into the foundation and then going into the various social causes. And while I was there, the board of that organization decided, and rightly so, that we are going to up it to 1.5%. So देखें ये already आपके पास इस किस्म की examples हैं और जो the award winners today are to me are sort of leading the way, and I not only want to congratulate you, but I want to also say कि आप मिशले राह हैं, हमें सबको देखना चाहिए कि हम इसको आगे कैसे लेके चलें, because आपकी जो commitment है in terms of corporate giving, ये हमारा cornerstone है of our social development and quite frankly an expression of our national identity. Now, here I do want to acknowledge Zafar Saab, not only you are a corporate icon, I would say you are an officer and a gentleman. आपकी जो integrity है and the way you are sort of leading this Center for Philanthropy is great way for you to give back to the country and the way you should lead the corporate sector in Pakistan. But I do want to recognize the significant role that has been played by PCP in terms of dedicated leadership in advancing and institutionalizing the culture of giving in Pakistan. और आपका ये जो सर्टिफिकेशन प्रोसेस है, आपने यहाँ की लोगों की एफिशिएंसी की बात की, बट मेरी आपसे कुछ महीने पहले जिक्र हुआ था कि at times maybe some of the backlogs or whatever at the PCP end should also be considered, because we need efficiency at all ends. But everything that you are doing in terms of publishing the rankings, अभी जो evidence based research की आपने बात की, and I look forward to the reports that you have just mentioned, but you are acting as the clearing agent. That's what you are doing. You're bringing the donors, the people who are doing the philanthropy, and and putting that stamp of approval, and that is extremely important in terms of transparency, credibility, and structure to improve the effectiveness of philanthropy as we go forward. I do agree कि ये जो 25 बिलियन है इसको डबल किया जा सकता है और जान करना चाहिए, लेकिन the way to move forward on that is create the best practices and request and ask everyone to come in terms of those best practices. अब मैं इसको थोड़ा सा इसको ज़रा वाइडन करना चाहता हूँ इस discussion को, because in the broader context, how the government, the business, and the civil society can come together, and there I would refer to the experience that I've had over the last few months in leading the Prime Minister's initiative to design and launch the social impact financing framework. और उसमें ये जो financing framework है, rather than focusing on generalized spending, to make sure that it's results based and impact linked financing. और इसमें you have to blend the public, the private, and the philanthropic capital into cohesive outcomes based structures. And that's where, Zafar Khan Sahab, I do want to acknowledge the PCP leadership, because I have had the distinct pleasure and honor of having Menaz Akbar Sahiba and Shazi Amjad Sahiba, who with their invaluable field experience and technical guidance in shaping the foundational design of the social impact financing framework. So I just wanted to mention here, because both of you are present here, and thank you for your help, assistance, support, guidance in coming up with that framework. और उसका मैं आपको एक एग्जांपल देता हूँ कि उसको सिर्फ एकेडमिक लेवल पे नहीं रखा गया है. One of the things which is going to come through very soon is the British Asian Trust, और उसने जो हमें सपोर्ट किया है in designing and launching Pakistan's first skills impact bond, जो NAVTTC के through हो रहा है. And this is very much to promote skills development and move towards sustainable development. so that we get away from, the bank funding and other financing vehicles, and we go into the capital markets and raise financing for these social purposes as we go forward. I just want to conclude by once again congratulating all the award winners as champions of corporate philanthropy, and I do want to wish the PCP the very best in terms of sustaining the culture of giving and presenting best practices model for others to follow. And Zafar Khan Sahab, I'm sure we will continue to be your reliable partner. आपने अभी काफ़ी बातें हुई हैं कि टैक्सेशन में और क्या हो सकता है और इंसेंटिवाइजेशन में और क्या हो सकता है. I give you our full commitment that we are committed to provide all necessary support as you lead the way in guiding, connecting, and recognizing those who give with purpose and responsibility. Once again, I'm grateful for the invitation and wish you all the very best for the next year. Thank you, sir.